शिकवे हैं, किस्से हैं, बातें हैं, बातें भूल जाती हैं, यादें याद आती हैं.
Let me welcome you all here for the virtual book launch on Anand Bakshi Sahab by his son, Rakesh Bakshi. And my congratulations to the Penguin team for this initiative to introduce the great work done by our legend lyrics writer Anand Bakshi Sahab. And I congratulate Rakesh Bakshi to write this book, Nagme Hain Kisse Hain, and all about the input and valued episodes and experiences of Anand Bakshi and his work. Now, as far as myself is concerned, I would always remember him one of my most beloved friend in my life also, more than a profession also. I would always see him, Anand Bakshi, as a friend, as a mentor, as a lyrics writer, and as a person. So how I would like to define Anand Bakshi Sahab? Now, you see, as a friend, I think I was one of the very few blessed film director or a producer whom he would choose as a friend. And I was lucky enough to be one of those. He was very fond of me. And as a friend, I would always remember him. And more than that, he was senior to me and he had started his work much earlier than me. So he was mentor to me also. I used to respect him a lot in his words and his advices whenever I was in trouble or was in a crisis or in a question of my career or question of my film or the story. So I know as a mentor, he would always advise me. Remember, Subhash, fear and suspect is the biggest enemy to the society and the people. First of all, take out your fear and suspect in your mind. You are good, and that's the whole world is good. This is the one lesson I always learned from him. And second thing he told me, never compare yourself with the people, or with the competitors, because you are born with your own face, own body, own mind, own talent. So see that you are better than yesterday or not. You're not here to become comparison with other people because that will make you fall insecure. So I always remembered his tip. And he third thing which he told me, I remember that always work for the passion for good work, never for money. Money will follow you. And same thing I found in my friend, great friend Rahman also, and even myself. We always worked for the work's sake, and money always followed. Whether we never wanted money, we wanted a good work to happen, and that is why you can see the success story of these three people here. And I would say Anand Bakshi as a lyrics writer, third part, he would always tell me, you express human relations in your stories or music or human emotions, and you can express emotions only when you are emotional. You cannot craft emotions. If you are a good soul and you are connecting to emotion with your own people, with your own friends, a society, a nation, so automatically that emotions will push your creativity to the right target, right result. And also lyrics writer, he was, I think, very big philosopher in himself. So he was a very simple person to talk to. But I could see him through his work, through his lyrics. Whenever he would write a lyrics for my film or for my song, and he would ask me to, he would call me at his home and says, okay, you take this pen, take this paper. Now you write and I'll speak. And I will write his lyrics. And I would wonder that how come this man thinks so big? And he was very professional lyrics writer. You know, not that he will write a song and give it to you. He would go himself and attend every recording in Bombay. He would go to every recording to see what the singer is interpreting of each of his line. He would call me before starting a film. Subhash, you have to come. I will not do your film. I said, why? Unless until you tell me a story you have written. You have to tell me a story. Then I will do your film. Then I will go to his house 7 o'clock in the morning and ask me to tell you the full story. And when I would narrate my story of Pardes or Tal or Yadein Kalnayak, he will listen to me and look into my eyes straight. And sometimes I would get nervous whether my story is working or not. And he would take his pan and he would just look into my eyes. And I would wonder why he's looking into my eyes. ठीक है, मैंने कहानी सुना दी and he will be quiet after he sings. He will not react to anything. And he would never give compliment to me, it's a good story or not good story. And trust me, one day I asked him, why are you looking into my eyes while understanding? He says, why? I can send you this, my script. You can read it. He says, no, this cold text or script cannot express the emotions of the film, what your eyes are speaking. So I'm listening the story through your eyes, what you are trying to say. And he would prove it when I will go for a song situation and he will write it. And particularly when I will picturize the song, I would listen his antaras more carefully when I am picturizing him. And I would say, oh, this man knew the story more than me. This man knew the character, psychology of the characters more than me. He has expressed my story and character so well in all his antaras, in his words, that would lead me to picturize the song, to ask my actors to perform. That was Anand Bakshi, I would say. And as a person, he was like a fakir. He was a miser man. One day I asked him, why don't you increase your price? मैंने छेड़ा उनको. You have given so many hits now. You should see that's what. बख्शी साहब थोड़ा पैसा बढ़ा दीजिए अपना. मैं देने के लिए तैयार हूँ because I have earned money from your songs. So I'm ready to pay you. He would laugh. He says, you want me to be out of the industry? I says, why? He says, listen, you can pay me and I will take it. But the producer who cannot pay me, either he will go out or in my mind, I will say, he has paid me less, so I will not be sincere to his song. So I have to justify every song from every producer, whether it is small, big, poor or rich. So I have a butter rate. I have a one rate, fine. After that, my song is more important than how much I charge for it. And that was a wonderful answer he gave it to me. He wrote 1,000 songs, more than 1,000 songs on Ishq Dil. I asked him one day, have you ever given your love to any girl? Have you given your heart or fallen in love with a girl? He says, that is the problem. That is why I can write. So my song is my heart. So मैं हंसता हूँ कि आपने दुनिया को हिला दिया अपने गानों से. ये दिल दीवाना, ये हर तरह का गाना आपने, इश्क बिना क्या जीना, सब गाने लिखे आपने कभी दिल नहीं दिया? बोले नहीं, दिल नहीं दिया, दिल अपने पास ही रखा मैंने. That's my asset to me. And he used to scold me also. I remember Rahman songs where Rahman knows what he ever experienced in Tal. We had recorded the song Nahi Saamne Alag Baat Hai with Sukhvinder. And Sukhvinder had really sung so well that we both said, okay. And my whole unit heard the song by Sukhvinder and it was really very good. But when he saw, Anand Bakshi Saab saw the picturization of these two songs on the screen, I used to show him on the screen. When he saw this song, Nahi Saamne, he started scolding me. Are you okay, Mr. Ghai? I hope that you have a balance to understand cinema. I said, what happened, sir? No, you have done your good job as far as it's a beautiful song Rahman has given to you, one of the best songs. But what you have done, how come you have given vocals to Sukhvinder? I said, why? He says, because Sukhvinder, you have given a vocal to Sukhvinder, Ramta Jogi song. And I've seen this Ramta Jogi song also. So Ramta Jogi, Sukhvinder is singing for Anil Kapoor. And now you want him to sing for Akshay Khanna also. They are two different people. So their voices have to be different. And I remember I came to Rahman, I said, this is the problem. Let's change the singer. And we had a tough time to replace his vocals with the new singer. And finally, Rahman told me, okay, Subhashi, give me one more chance to try Hariharan. And I would love to hear Kavitaji's experience also, because Kavitaji has sung many great songs.
So Rakesh, can I congratulate you on writing such a beautiful book?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Every page was a treat. And actually, after reading the book, I was wishing God would bring Bakshi Saab alive so I could see him again with new eyes.
Wow, thank you.
For me, I was born and brought up in Delhi, and Bakshiji was a big name on the radio. We used to have radio those days and no access to television, nothing. So in the 60s, when I used to hear about his name, and most of the time it was Lata Mangeshkar and Anand Bakshi and this. So it was a big name for me. And I remember when I first, around 1977, thanks to Hema Malini's mother, Jaya Chakravarti, she took me, to do a kind of an audition with them. And then they forgot all about me. Because when they have Lataji, why would they think about an artist like me? Such a great artist like Lataji, nobody wants any other singer. But I remember in 1977, I got a call from Lakshmiji saying that come for a rehearsal, from Chandrakant, his secretary, saying come for a rehearsal. And this is a song which will be dubbed for Lata ji. You will
Yeah,
be singing the song only for the shooting because they require a female voice. And finally, Lata ji will sing the songs. I thought this was a great opportunity for me to learn how to sing film songs and under great, teachers like Lakshmikant Pyarelal. And I remember going to the sitting room and the door opened and there was Lakshmi ji on the harmonium and in that big, like the big cushion and all that, there was Pyare Bhai and there was Bakshi Saab. I went in and even now my heart is thudding because you know what I thought? I said I've entered the chambers of Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. It was like three big, even now I'm feeling so nervous. I don't know how I learned the song. And that was the first dubbing I did for them. And the song was Baatli ko tod de, sharab ko chhod de. And there my learning period started and I sang so many songs which Bakshi ji had written and finally Lata ji would sing them. But one thing which was definite for a person like me who is not a person who is educated in Urdu Shairi or Hindi Shairi. Believe me, I'm a South Indian girl who used to read naturally a lot of Jeffrey Archer books in English in the studio. And Subhashi has once given me a thesaurus because I used to love doing crossword puzzles in the studio and he gifted me a thesaurus. So all these things, I just remember Bakshi ji as a big person. I never had the courage to talk to him. And after post many years and before coming to many years, I'll say, of course, I have to thank Subhashi because my biggest films which I sang for Bakshi ji came from him. One was a few lines of Jeet Jayenge Hum in Meri Jang. And then one of the biggest songs of my life, which has remained my dearest, is Har Karam Apna Karenge from Karma. And when I sang that song and I went home and there were pass marks from Subhash ji and Lakshmi ji and Pyare Bhai and Bakshi ji, I went home and I said, I really told God that maybe I have done something good in my past life that I got a song like this. But the fact remains that Bakshi ji was a person whom I was very scared of. But at the same time, I also used to find it very funny that at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evening, he would come to Mehboob studio from his walk in shorts.
Yeah.
And your book has revealed why he comes in shorts.
Yes.
Yeah.
For so many years, I've understood why he comes in shorts. Those times I used to feel, he's come from his walk and he's so casual about the song. And then later on, a few more years later, maybe after one of those songs, he was not able to stay for the final. He used to at least hear one final rehearsal, but I think that day he had to go. He said, then he told Lakshmi ji, "Main ja raha hu, and aap to hai, aur Kavita bhi hai, sambhal legi." Something like that he said. That day I said, this is the biggest award I've got when he said, "Aap hai, Lakshmi tum ho, aur Kavita bhi sambhal legi." When he said that, I said, okay, it means I have some status in his heart. Like he's acknowledged me as a singer. Actually, I'm not very eligible to talk about this genius. When you have Subhashi and Rahmanji who have worked with him so closely, I really feel like a very small fry. But I'd like to say the few things I learned from him, which I have learned from a lot of great musicians also. They have, even the great musicians, when they're looking at music, when they're looking at a note, when they're looking at songs, whether it is Lata ji or Kishore Da as a prime example, they do not like those extra embellishments or those extra notes which are required in passing on the message. It has always been elegant. All the great singers have used elegance and simplicity as their, as their voyage through a song.
That's right.
And that is what I feel about Bakshi ji, is that throughout his voyage, he has been a person who has believed that simplicity is what will lead him to the profound path of life, to his spirituality. So, even when I remember there are times in the radio when I used to hear, "Kuch to log kahenge, logon ka kya kehna hai." It's a thought we've always had some moment in our life, when we felt, somebody's mocking us or being cynical about us. We would say, we don't want to do something because we are scared about what society will say. Kuch to log kahenge is he has just torn our hearts away. Every emotion that in our heart vibrates with that song. Oh, ye kya hua, kaise hua, kab hua, kyun hua, tab hua, jab hua. These kind of things we've asked ourselves so many times. And there are so many songs like that. I remember Mere Naseeb Mein Ae Dost, Tera Pyar Nahi. And then also I remember another song which as a child, though I didn't really understand profound lyrics those days, but still later on when I heard that song, Baharon ne mera chaman loot kar, khiza ko matlab kyun ilzam de diya. Then in that he says ki कि जो रकीब है उसको कासिद नहीं बनाना चाहिए. You should not make him a messenger, the person who's your rival. But these are very simple, profound truths which he has. He is a genius. He is God's own man. And I will say, singing a song like Har Karam Apna Karenge. Thank you, Subhashi. And before I talk too much, I'd like to thank Rahman ji and Subhashi also for Ishq Bina. Because that line, I can never forget. Gud se meetha, imli se khatta, wada ye pakka, dhaga ye kacha.
And I remember that song. He was singing from 1 o'clock night till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Right, Rahman?
Rahman ji taught me that I can sing at night at 1 o'clock because in Bombay, I used to refuse recordings for people at 10 o'clock. They used to finish with all the musicians and say, Kavita ji, 10 baje hum dub karenge jab musicians nikal jayenge. I said, nahi baba, mera gala nahi chalega. Main subah 8 baje aungi. But for Rahman ji, I sang at 12 o'clock.
Just a state of mind.
You know, I feel like I've achieved something. I can sing at night at 2 o'clock.
The amazing thing with the Rahman is that which never happened with other music composer. हाँ गाली है ना स्वाजी हो गया, it is okay, done, it's yes and fine. So Rahman told Kavita, okay, you have sang one take, you carry on. He recorded for 1 hour.
He made my brain work. I have to really thank
him. I think sometimes when you get great singers, you just want to hear more.
Yes.
You just don't want to stop at 5.
I tell you, it was a meditation, whole meditation program.
I know. I was also trying to get something unusual from the other song. So
yeah.
And she is so good, and been such a big fan. And yeah, the way she sings, I think even from Jingle days, I used to follow her work.
Thank you so much. And the last thing about Bakshi ji I want to say before I let you talk, and then I'm going to really listen to what you will say because it's going to be so precious for me. What I wanted to say was that only one on non-studio recording, only one time I met him socially was it Rakesh, your sister's wedding in Delhi when I was asked to go to sing?
Yeah, Delhi's her wedding, yeah.
I told him very softly, Bakshi ji, normally I don't sing for weddings. He said, "Nee, you have to come." I said, "Okay, I'll come." And I remember throughout that wedding, you know, he was trying to hide himself. He was like a loner. In that wedding also, he was a loner. He was not chatting, meeting people. He was like sitting there listening to everybody sing in that Sangeet program and sitting with a cigarette and smoking, but he really didn't really mingle with everybody. That's a time like I realized that what Subhaji said is absolutely true. I salute this man. I salute this fakir.
Yes.
Who came into this world just to give us all these beautiful songs. And he did his fantastic work, and God didn't want him to lie in a bed for a long time. God didn't want to see him in a position where he's not able to write or he's in pain. He took him away. He did great work, and when the job was done, he took him away. So my pronouns to this great fakir. Thanks to you all for having given me the opportunity to sing great songs for him.
Wonderful, wonderful, Kavita ji. Now I would like to request our great friend, the legend, Rizat and everything, my dearest Rahman, is to speak a few words on Bakshi ji.
I think for me, I'm very grateful to you. I remember in '94, you called me and there was a fax. I'm Subhash Ghai, I want to meet you. So somebody told me like a year before, like you should work with Mr. Ghai and then your life will change. I said, who's this Mr. Ghai? And then I realized that, you know, I've played hero songs in light music and all that stuff. I used to love that soundtrack, Rashmikant Banerjee. And so then I came and met you. I remember that beautiful room you had with a lot of books. And then you said you should learn Hindi. And because your music is very good, if you don't know the language, you can't survive it. And I took it really seriously. Even though I'm finding it difficult to speak, I can understand most of the words, vocabulary in Urdu and Hindi. And of course, meeting Bakshi Saab is a very scary person for me, because scary in the sense, he had a beautiful aura of friendship. You know, you feel like you met somebody who was wise, who was kind, who was receptive, who won't intimidate you, who won't belittle you. You know, all these beautiful qualities when a new person goes and meets. And that room was like, I think we should have a photograph shown now.
Yes.
That room filled with those books and the tea coming near the harmonium. I think I'm going to emulate. We should do a museum of all these kind of rooms where people know what kind of aura was there. Well, all these great songs we made. And so, of course, when I started you said, I remember you said, you give me tunes, I'll give it to him. I said, let me, because you said so much about learning the language. I said, why don't you give me lyrics? And you would patiently sit and write the meaning underneath in English. And that's how most of the songs are done, to the lyrics. And another important thing was when you sit with him, he already has a tune. And that tune's really good. I said, oh my God, this is tension. And knowing you, you'll say, oh, I like this tune, Rahman. Can you keep this tune? For a composer, that's the biggest humiliation. But he doesn't compose it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me take this and sleep with it.
Rahman, there was one song which you really composed just without meeting him, without talking to him. I presented you those lyrics that he has written. Nahi samne alag baat hai. That you really created absolutely on your own. The whole compositions and one of the masterpiece, I would say. And
Thank you.
Then I was so relaxed. I said, no, here we are through now.
Yeah, you know what I meant was he's had the capability of writing a tune himself. So I had to think of other ways, like how can this lyric can be tuned in a very different way? Of course, you won't accept every way, but I'll give you like options. I remember Ishq Bina actually were two tunes together. You know, they were like Ishq Bina, that was a soft one. Ishq Bina, there were two different alternatives.
Yeah.
You joined both of them and said, I want both of them. Yes. So let one be like this, one be like Qawwali kind of thing. So that was your genius. I think you have a great sense of music, and I think that is so important to recognize what you need for the movie, what would work, what could work. And I think I can never forget that meeting with him in his room, with him singing, and that aura of the traffic sound coming through the windows, the smell of the tea, the carpet. And those days I remember I used to take the late evening flight, land there, finish the work, come next day morning to Chennai. So every week he had one day like this, and I will go to Mahim, pray there, and go so that Mr. Guy won't torture me. So
yes.
Then so I mean it was fun. I can't even say. I think till people when they hear the music of Tal, it's one of the most iconic things. There's the sense of nostalgia, sense of pride, sense of belongingness, sense of friendship which comes in. They look at me. So I think it's so good to have worked with Mr. Bakshi on that iconic experimentation in a way, which I learned so much about the language. It still helps me how to tune a Hindi song. I'd worked in Rangila before, but in a different way. But then this is like the bread and butter way, where certain lyrics, especially in movies like Pukar and all those movies. I think it added so much of that experience working with Mr. I think added so much ease for me.
Thank you, Rahman, so much. Now I would like to ask Rakesh, you should speak something on the book, because the book launched today. You see, we have told our experiences. Fine. We will request Rahman to launch this book, the virtual book. And show me again, Rahman. Yes. So this is the new technology that we launch book like this. And not followed by parties or media conferences.
I didn't know he's a soldier also. He's a Fauji.
So what is the so specific thing you have added in this book, Rakesh?
First of all, thank you to all three of you for joining us. And I was very keen to invite all three of you because I've always throughout my life heard people appreciate songs and never mention the director. Never. I asked my father one day that how come Dad, you have written some XYZ songs for some XYZ directors so beautifully, and some XYZ songs for some XYZ directors, movies, filmmakers, and they never did well. Why is there a difference between the songs you wrote for these people and the songs you wrote for these people? You may have taken the same amount of money. You were the same person writing. Farak kya hai aapke kaam mein? Why is there's a difference in your work quality? And that day he made me realize the importance of a director. He said, the directors you're naming me, who you are saying that I've given them the best songs always, these are directors who have got me the best stories. They brought me great stories. They brought me great screenplays. They got me great writers. And they also inspired me with their own anecdotes from their own lives. उन्होंने अपने जिंदगी के जो उन्होंने लम्हे जिए हैं, experiences जिए हैं, they used to also enrich me with their stories about their similar situations in their own lives. So I'm a mirror. As a lyricist, I'm a mirror. I can only reflect what you give me. if you shine light on me, I'll shine it back on you. That was the day, I think it was 1998 or 1999. I had just joined Mr. Ghai as an assistant director. It was my first movie as an assistant director on Tal. And that's when I learned from my father the importance of a director, how a director is so key in making all the thousands and thousands of songs that we sing, but we never mention them. We only mention singers, composers, and sometimes the lyricists. So that's the reason I called for this virtual launch with the three of you. Not just because I like your songs, but also because I was very keen that people should know that there is a director, there's a composer, and there's a singer and a lyricist. And these four people primarily are the people, who create a song, the quad who creates a song together.
Second thing he told me as a person, can you laugh on your failures and success equally? You should be able to laugh on your failures and success equally. That was the most beautiful thing. If I'm a big hit, then I also laugh. Okay, हो गया, ये भी क्या है? खुदा ने माफ कर दिया, चलो next. Because we have always next to perform. So this is how a lyrics writer could be a great contributor to making a good film, a decent film, a soulful film. Every technician has his own importance. The composer, the singer, the lyrics writer, and the director. All four of us work together as a team, and we became inspirational to each other. That's what I can say about Anand Bakshi at the moment. Pay my tribute to him.